Based on the statistics that we have received is somewhere around 112,000 civilians has left Afghanistan. During that time also there was no incident of Taliban attacking a singer or killing people who are not related to the government. So that's the only question that remains. We hope we get a clarity about this. During that time also there was no incident of Taliban attacking a singer or killing people who are not related to the government. So that's the only question that remains. We hope we get a clarity about this.
Film puasa itu ditelepon misalnya, maaf sahabat nggak perlu. Kalau orang pintar kan nggak perlu.
Dianggap orang nakal ya, Halo Speakers, kita jumpa kembali bersama saya Alexander Sudrajat. Halo, Assalamualaikum Bapak Kais Barakzai, Deputi Duta Besar Republik Islam Afghanistan. Salam kenal, saya Alexander Sudrajat from Detikom.
Waalaikumsalam. It's my pleasure to have met you and to talk to you, to your colleague, and I would like to convey my salam and my greetings to your viewers as well, everybody who sees this interview. Thank you.
Mr. Kais, sudah berapa lama bertugas di Jakarta, di Indonesia?
Well, I joined in the last part of March, so I can say since April I am here in Jakarta, and it's a lovely place. Especially the people have been very nice to us.
Okay.
I've loved being in Indonesia so far. Unfortunately, even though it was quarantine and everywhere is closed, but the short social meetings that we have had so far have been lovely.
Okay. Sebelum di Jakarta, yang mulia Bapak Kais ini bertugas di mana? Di negara mana?
Before posting in Jakarta, I worked in Afghanistan for 5 years, and before that, I was in India. I was posted in India.
Okay.
So this is my second posting.
Okay. Pak Kais, kami tentu di Indonesia agak sedikit sedikit mencemaskan kondisi atau situasi yang terjadi di Afghanistan. Boleh dijelaskan dong kira-kira informasi mutakhir update-nya seperti apa yang kondisi di Afghanistan saat ini, Bapak Kais?
Well, thank you very much for your concern. Yes, unfortunately, in Afghanistan, situation is not that very good. But we are hoping for the best. The latest update is that the U.S. troop has left Afghanistan last night, the last of the U.S. and the NATO troops who were in Afghanistan. They have left Afghanistan, and now so we can say that the Taliban has total control over the country there. And still the negotiation for announcing a government which includes everyone, an inclusive government, is still something that the negotiation on still going on to announce. So we are waiting for that.
Mr. Kais, pasukan Amerika hari ini dikabarkan terakhir melakukan penerbangannya. Dan kita tahu banyak sekali warga Afghanistan yang seperti berlomba untuk meninggalkan Afghanistan. Bapak Kais punya catatan resmi nggak? Sudah berapa banyak warga Afghanistan yang pergi mencari suaka ke berbagai negara?
Yes, based on the statistics that we have received is somewhere around 112,000 civilians has left Afghanistan so far. And as they announced, there are still more to evacuate. So there will be more who are going to leave Afghanistan in future few days.
Kalau untuk masyarakat Afghanistan yang masih mencoba bertahan, apakah ada perlakuan yang tidak menyenangkan tindak kekerasan dari kelompok Taliban yang berkuasa saat ini? Ada laporan-laporan semacam itu, Pak?
There are no official reports, but since there was chaos in Afghanistan, the vacancy of the power, there have been some incidents where some people who were working for the previous government were killed, but it seems that most of these killings were personal stuff rather than the Taliban. But yes, they have also captured, not killed, but captured some officials, which hopefully they will release later on.
Berarti sampai titik ini pihak Taliban sedikit mengingkari janjinya ya? Karena di awal kan mereka sudah menyatakan akan memberikan semacam amnesti umum semacam itu ya, meminta agar tahanan-tahanan politik dibebaskan di banyak tempat di Afghanistan.
They have announced amnesty, and to some large extent they have followed that. They have not captured, especially the political leaders. Former President Mr. Hamid Karzai is still in Afghanistan. Dr. Abdullah is in Afghanistan. They are talking over making an inclusive government. Okay. The incidents which I refer to were just small incidents that has happened outside the Kabul city. And it is not confirmed yet if it is the Taliban troops or somebody else, but some officials are detained yet. We are hoping that they are released. The reason is that our communication from the embassy is still cut with Kabul. So if they are released, we are not aware of that. There is a possibility of that also.
Mr. Kais, salah satu yang menjadi perhatian pemberitaan media-media di Indonesia hari ini itu terkait dengan aksi kekerasan terhadap seorang penyanyi yang bahkan ada yang memberitakan bahwa dia sengaja dibunuh oleh orang-orang Taliban. Benarkah kejadian ini memang seperti itu, informasi yang diterima oleh Bapak Kais?
Unfortunately, I have also seen that news over the social media, even though we have not received anything confirmed from Kabul. So the news as concerns you as well as it's a concern for us. We hope that's not something against the artists in Afghanistan and the freedom. They keep their promise of amnesty, and the freedom is given to artists and everybody in Afghanistan.
Kenapa saya tanyakan isu ini? Karena juga memang terkait adanya beberapa pandangan di tanah air. Beberapa tokoh seperti mantan Wakil Presiden Bapak Yusuf Kala, Bapak Hamid Awaludin yang kami wawancarai beberapa hari lalu menyatakan bahwa Taliban saat ini sudah berubah gitu kan. Dari awal sudah menyatakan akan melindungi hak asasi manusia, akan menghargai hak-hak kaum perempuan di Afghanistan, semacam itu. Tetapi yang terakhir kan ternyata ada aksi pembunuhan terhadap penyanyi. Artinya, ya kalau begitu, Taliban itu belum sepenuhnya berubah gitu kan, dari hal-hal yang contoh semacam ini gitu.
That's something that we are also hoping for to see that change. They have been saying since Doha Agreement that they have changed a lot, and we are also hoping for that. We are also hoping to see the changed Taliban who respect human rights, women rights, and we are looking forward to that. And earlier I said, I hope that this news is not true, but we have only seen it through social media. And hopefully, if we get a confirmation, we'll definitely share it with you as well. The reason I'm saying that is because even during their 20 years of a fight with the Afghan government, during that time also, there was no incident of Taliban attacking a singer or killing people who are not related to the government. So that's the only question that remains. We hope we get a clarity about this.
Bapak Kais, tadi di awal Pak Kais menyampaikan bahwa rezim Taliban saat ini sedang melakukan sejumlah negosiasi dengan para tokoh di Afghanistan, termasuk dengan mantan Presiden Hamid Karzai. Kami menduga atau berspekulasi, mungkinkah Pak Hamid Karzai dan beberapa tokoh yang mungkin selama ini berseberangan dengan Taliban maupun dengan pemerintahan Bapak Ashraf Ghani membentuk atau terlibat di dalam pemerintahan yang baru. Peluangnya seperti apa, Kais?
Well, the reason for former President Ashraf Ghani, if he had stayed in Kabul before going to the United Arab Emirates, the Taliban had reached the outskirts of Kabul, and they stopped there. They wanted to go for the negotiation for a transitional government and an inclusive government. But unfortunately, he left the country, and there was a vacancy of the power, which is still there. There is no government announced in Afghanistan yet. So we are not expecting Mr. Ashraf Ghani to have any form of role in the coming government. But as far as Hamid Karzai is concerned, since he is in Afghanistan and he has the respect of both sides of the, be it the Republic of Afghanistan or the Taliban, he has the respect of both sides. So I cannot confirm anything, but there is a possibility of these people having a role in the coming government.
Yang menjadi concern lain bagi kami di Indonesia, Pak Kais, adalah terkait sikap Wakil Presiden ya, Pak Saleh, dan yang merangkul pihak oposisi, Pak Mas'ud Junior, untuk melakukan perlawanan terhadap Taliban. Nah, bila ini terjadi itu kan sangat dimungkinkan perang saudara ini akan bisa pecah kapan saja, bisa terjadi kapan saja gitu kan. Dan yang akan menjadi korban tentu rakyat Afghanistan. Seberapa kuat sebetulnya tekad Wapres Pak Saleh dan dari pihak oposisi untuk berhadapan head to head dengan pihak Taliban, Pak Kais?
Well, we are praying that this civil war does not happen. As of today, they are still negotiating there is a negotiation team between the Taliban and the opposition, as you call it, Mr. Saleh and Ahmad Massoud. Their representatives are negotiating to prevent this civil war. And yes, the Afghans have been in war for almost 43 years now. So everybody is tired of this war and bloodshed, and we all are hoping for a stop and a new Afghanistan, so this bloodshed stops as soon as possible.
Kami sangat senang mendengar bila memang ada kesadaran itu bahwa ya sudah lelah berperang, bertempur selama 40 tahun lebih, dan sebaiknya memang menatap ke depan ya untuk membangun Afghanistan. Tetapi mungkin ada problem lain ya di tengah upaya menuju perdamaian antara kelompok Taliban dengan pemerintahan di bawah Pak Muhammad Saleh ini. Seperti kita ketahui kemarin ada muncul insiden yang di luar dugaan yang dilakukan oleh kelompok ISIS-K. Sebetulnya kelompok ISIS-K ini sendiri bagaimana Pak Kais memandangnya ini? Posisinya di antara Taliban dan pemerintahan Afghanistan ini, Pak Kais?
Well, unfortunately, ISIS-K is a bloodthirsty faction which still exists in Afghanistan. Even though their presence is not that much, and if Afghanistan there is peace, they will have no roots in Afghanistan and they will be thrown out at the earliest possible. But since there is anarchy in Afghanistan, there is chaos, it's a good situation for them to do their terror attacks, which unfortunately killed a lot of Afghan civilians at the airport a few days back. And they might continue doing that if they are not brought under control. And the relation between ISIS-K and Taliban was never good. They have been fighting each other for a long time previously also. So Taliban, if there is peace in Afghanistan, I'm sure the Taliban will either bring them to justice or they will leave the country very soon.
Senang sekali mendengarnya kalau memang baik pemerintahan Afghanistan maupun Taliban sebetulnya tidak menyukai ISIS dan ideologinya yang sangat keras itu ya. Ya, Pak Kais, di luar itu seperti kita tahu ada beberapa warga negara Indonesia yang mungkin di masa lalu pernah ikut bertempur untuk Afghanistan, bergabung dengan kelompok Taliban, dan belakangan ini kami mendapat informasi juga katanya ada beberapa WNI juga yang masih bertahan di sana, Pak Kais, untuk entah bergabung ke ISIS, entah bergabung ke Taliban. Pak Kais mengetahui informasi ini nggak, Pak Kais?
Well, in the past, of course, there were foreign fighters also with the Taliban, and of course, ISIS is completely a foreign entity. It's not something with a base in Afghanistan. They are trained and they are sent from outside, especially neighboring countries to Afghanistan. And as far as the Indonesian citizens are concerned, I don't have any information about that. But the only thing is that the Taliban, they have clearly agreed that the Afghan soil will not be used against any other countries. And that's one of the parts of their agreements in Doha, and they have announced it repeatedly after taking over in Afghanistan as well. So that's the part that, as I already said, we are hoping that we see this changed in the Taliban, and they do not turn Afghanistan into a safe haven for terrorism once again.
Saya ingin mendapatkan penekanan sedikit. Tadi Pak Kais bercerita bahwa selama 20 tahun terakhir ini Taliban sama sekali tidak pernah bertindak kasar atau melakukan kekerasan terhadap para musisi atau penyanyi. Kalau terhadap sikap-sikap lain, maksud saya gini, apakah Taliban selama 20 tahun ini hanya memerangi pasukan Amerika yang dianggap sebagai penjajah dan tidak pernah menyakiti rakyat Afghanistan secara keseluruhan, maupun memerangi pemerintahan yang dianggapnya sebagai boneka Amerika? Saya ingin sedikit gambaran dari Pak Kais.
Yes, the Taliban were fighting the U.S. troops in the beginning and the Afghan government, but in their attacks previously, civilian has been there was a lot of let's say death and casualties to the civilians in this war, and in this 20 years Afghan civilians has suffered more than anyone else in this unprecedented war which was going on in Afghanistan. There is no denying in that. But throughout, even during that time, the Taliban, they were the difference between the Taliban and the ISIS was Taliban have always tried to bring down the casualties of the civilians somehow, to some extent. and the ISIS, they are enjoying mass killing. They just as just recently happened in at the airport gate.
Ini mungkin pertanyaan terakhir, Bapak Kais. Kami masih terheran-heran karena kami membayangkan pasukan pemerintahan Afghanistan itu cukup kuat karena di backup Amerika, dilatih Amerika dan memiliki persenjataan dari Amerika gitu kan. Tetapi kenapa ketika pasukan Amerika Serikat pergi meninggalkan Kabul, meninggalkan Afghanistan, dan Taliban masuk ke Kabul, sama sekali tidak ada perlawanan dari pasukan pemerintahan Afghanistan?
Well, there could be many reasons to that, but I'll just point out few. Before anything, as I already said, Afghans are in war for the past 43 years, so everybody is tired of fighting. There is no will for fighting anymore in Afghanistan. And also, as the US left overnight, the morale of the soldiers who were supported, especially for the past few years, their logistic and air support was by the US troops. By the NATO and the US troops. So as they left overnight, it affected the morale of the soldiers very, very badly, and they felt like there is no future, and they probably that could be one of the reasons that they didn't want to fight and stop the bloodshed.
Ya, Pak Kais, kita tahu Indonesia sejak 2017 ya terlibat aktif dalam upaya perdamaian antara pemerintah Afghanistan dan kelompok Taliban. Nah, dengan kondisi terakhir yang terjadi saat ini, Pak Kais, apa yang Pak Kais harapkan dari Indonesia?
First, as Afghans, we would like to thank the Indonesian government, especially His Excellency the President. During his visit, Dr. Ashraf Ghani requested for this conference peace in Bogor in 2017, which after that, it was the very first time the Afghan government sat on a table with the Taliban. Before that, there was no negotiation or looking to the Indonesian government with respect, and they have very huge respect for Indonesia. Being Indonesia for Afghans, one of the champions of the democracy, a country with the largest population of Muslims, but yet a democracy and a very, very liberated country. It's an example for us, and we hope that Afghanistan gets on the path that Indonesia has taken towards the development and democracy, and as recently Her Excellency Foreign Minister was in Doha and met with the Taliban representatives, and I hope that has a huge effect on the Taliban as well to allow women for their education and allow their movement. Being someone from a Islamic country as a foreign minister meeting them, that will definitely affect their view on the women's rights and education as well. And throughout, Indonesia has mediated in the peace and the good with a good will and a good heart. That's something that Afghans are very grateful for. So we would like to thank His Excellency President, Madam Foreign Minister, and everyone else who has been involved in this process.
Kalau posisi Pak Kais pribadi saat ini seperti apa? Akan mendukung sepenuhnya pemerintahan baru di bawah Taliban nanti, atau nanti akan stay di Jakarta, atau mungkin mencari negara lain untuk mencari suaka semacam itu nggak? Atau kembali ke Kabul?
Well, unfortunately, this is a dilemma that's not just me, but every diplomat is right now concerned, and we are looking forward to an inclusive government. If the government is inclusive government which will respect the human rights and the women rights and the basic principles that we stood for all this time. So we are government servants, and we will continue working for the public as we used to, since we do not belong to any political party or anything of that sort. The civil service will continue working as they used to. But that depends on what type of government is going to be announced in Kabul. As of now, even if we are willing to go to Kabul, there are no flights. The airports are all closed, and unfortunately, we cannot go. So we are still waiting and hoping for a good change in Afghanistan.
Bapak Kais Barakzai, terima kasih banyak sudah berkenan berbincang dengan kami dari Detikcom. Kami rakyat Indonesia, bangsa Indonesia tentu berharap Afghanistan ke depannya benar-benar menjadi sebuah negara yang damai, yang melakukan pembangunan demi kesejahteraan dan kemajuan bangsa Afghanistan. Terima kasih lagi. Terima kasih banyak Bapak Kais. Salam sehat selalu untuk Bapak Kais dan keluarga. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you for your time.